everybody. Good morning, Grandma, Grandma, and Grandpa. Beautiful day in Nagasaki. Just woke up. It's about 7:30. Gonna have some coffee, get a day packed together. We're going to go to the Atomic Bomb Museum, the Peace Park. We got some coffee cooking. This is where we slept. Just mats and sleeping bag on the floor. All of our garbage over here. I don't know if I went over this yesterday, but I totally appreciate the style of the apartment. It's very clean, very simple. Oh, thank you. It's hot. Cheers. Just the simplicity, like I like the two JBL speakers for the projector. It's just super clean. I mean, it's a work in progress. He's still working on it, don't get me wrong. But what he's done to this place is awesome. It's just it's like super simple. It's got your work studio, music studio, and just very simple, very simple. And it sounded like he got a really good deal on this place. 17,000 or about 20 US after tax and everything. It was like a really good deal. Like I want to get a property in Japan now. Still got some mosquito bites. I think one of these. We're at a little grocery store and they have all of these desserts, breakfast things. Each one is $1. So I grabbed a couple for breakfast. They even got breakfast pizza for $1. It's so cheap. So it's actually like a fried ham donut. But they put mayonnaise in everything. I'm not a fan of mayonnaise. This one I thought was gonna be like a bun, but it's just like a big sugary puff. Not gonna get this one again. So don't really know what this one is either, but it looks sort of like something like a bagel or something. I don't know. A little pork sandwich, but only $1. Short train ride from Kojo's house by downtown Nagasaki. We're gonna go to this fountain of peace, this Peace Park. Then we're gonna see where the bomb actually hit, and then we're gonna go to the Atomic Bomb Museum. And this is the Peace Park. A fountain here symbolizing how they didn't have water to drink. They were thirsty. So this is symbolizing that. And from a top view down, it's actually shaped like the wings of an angel, symbolism of peace. It was constructed in 1956, and there are a lot of statues from all over the world, from Australia, Bulgaria, Czechoslovakia, Soviet Union back in the day. All these different statues encircling the park, throughout the park, symbolizing peace, friendship among nations, just a large reminder of the war and that the world should be striving for peace. This is the remains of prison walls after the blast. They started out at 4 meters high, and then after the blast, killing a lot of inmates and transferred to rubble. I think that's an international sign of peace. So behind me stands the main statue in the park, which is 10 meters tall. It is this humongous statue that was constructed 10 years after the war in 1955 when the park opened. The right hand is pointing up where the atomic bomb came from, and the left hand is pointing out, symbolizing peace. He has a very peaceful look on his face. It's nice, it's here, it's peaceful. There's a lot of tourists coming here to take pictures. Foreign tourists, Chinese tourists, Japanese tourists, all come here in a very peaceful manner to come take pictures and live in harmony. It's a nice park. I totally recommend it if you ever come to Nagasaki. Let's go! Wow, so that's it. The Nagasaki atomic bombing epicenter, which is actually the mathematical, the graphical X, Y, and Z calculus 3 axis of where the bomb was dropped, and that was directly above where I'm standing right now, 500 meters in the air. I had no idea it exploded in the air. I actually thought it hit the ground and blew up, but it exploded 500 meters in the air from this very point that I'm standing, which is kind of surreal to think of how much force and power there was in 1945 that just blew up here. That's insane. America must have thought it was a greater good to drop the bomb and have that bloodshed than the future bloodshed that would have continued ongoing through the war. I really don't know what to think, if it actually was for the greater good or not. I haven't done a ton of research on this. I really don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I was just telling Cody, my hair on my arms is like standing on end just because it's doing it again. I can feel it right now on my back, where you just get goosebumps and your hair stands on end just thinking about the events that took place here. during that time, just the destruction and the rebuilding and sadness, the death, definitely has a somber feel. Honestly, like I'm probably a little bit crying underneath my glasses right now. Level, there's a display here at the epicenter of where the bombing took place with the actual remnants of the layers of the ground that was from 1945. There's little bits and pieces of dinnerware, tools, different things that were in people's houses just buried here. Bricks from houses, tiles from houses. All these actual things are from 1945 when the bomb went off. The reminder of the destruction, and it's actually kind of like an embarrassing feeling that I have for the States. And it's probably it's a saddening thing that I think both the States and Japan share. It's kind of embarrassing and sad that this happened. So the water thing's actually making sense to me right now because they were saying how there was no water. They had a fountain at the other park symbolizing that the need of water, but it didn't make sense to me until now that maybe the bomb was so hot that all of the water just boiled and evaporated and people were so hot and burnt and just looking for water. So we are now at the Nagasaki Atomic Bomb Museum. It's only 200 yen to get in, which is awesome, awesome price. They also have an audio guide for 150 yen, which I think I'm gonna do. I don't believe I'm gonna do a whole bunch of filming in here, but I will definitely check back and let you guys know what I think when I'm done. At the museum is actually 1945, August 9th, which was the exact date the bombing took place. So when we were walking to the museum, I was asking Kojo, how big do you think the bomb was? Do you think it was like as big as a car, as big as a truck, as big as a person, or like a fire hydrant? Well, now that we're at the museum, our questions have been answered. This thing is pretty big. I don't know why it was painted yellow, but this black part is actually sealant, making it airtight. A model of the core of how it was made. It looks pretty simple. Don't tell North Korea how to do this. I outsourced the reading. I've been listening to the tour. And this is one of the nicest museums I've ever been in. So many of the displays are actually in English, which is awesome. There are so many interactive displays, artifacts that you can touch, amazing topographic map displays, interactive maps. There's so much information to consume, to read. I learned a lot about World War II. American perspective is peace through strength, but this is a very nuclear disarmament message of a museum. Little peace cranes for souvenir for people. Free. Oh, it's so cool. Overwhelming amounts of information. Could easily spend 4 hours in here. Beautiful design of a museum, very clean. So much effort put into all the displays, and for only 200 yen, very, very inexpensive. It doesn't really put you in a happy state of mind, more of thankful, grateful, somber. Like I said before, sombering. I do recommend coming. If you come to Nagasaki, definitely should check it out.